Good morning, boys. We are here. It is a whole 10:45-ish this morning. We are on another detour for lunch. I'm nowhere near lunch right now. We are on Brown Mountain Overlook on 181 in North Carolina. I wish I would have filmed the ride up. I didn't. It was awesome. But we're headed somewhere over that way. We're gonna get on the other side of the gorge and we're gonna drive south on some dirt roads going on the west side of the gorge today. So that's where we're headed. It's gonna be awesome. I'm stoked to have you guys come along with me. Okay, let's head towards our destination here. Hopefully going to be getting onto a service road. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's go. Linville Gorge area. That car's covered in snow. That concerns me a little bit. I've already seen a lot of puddles that were actually ice up here. I thought it was going to warm up as I came this way because that's what the weather said it was going to do. I'm hoping it warms up as the sun gets higher in the sky. I'm already feeling a little warmer, but it is not warm. If cars are passing me covered in snow, I'm gonna have a good day, hopefully. Good little adventure ahead of us. Lots of dirt road. Hopefully it's gonna be lots and lots of dirt road coming up. Yeah, there's snow on that truck. There's snow up there in the mountains. Ugh. We might have some snow that we got to deal with on these roads. Yeah, there's snow right there. Okay. This might get a little exciting today, guys. Right here, if you took a left at this road, this is Ginger Cake Road, that would take you down the east side of Linville Gorge. You can go south, Table Rock, Hawksbill, Short Off Mountain are all down that road. We are going to go down the west side of Linville Gorge. We'd be having a little fun if this truck wasn't right here, but what can you do? And the KLR, it's not going to pass it anytime soon. Yeah, so this was something I was not prepared to see, was a bunch of snow on the ground. I think where the sun's already hitting, it's burning it off today, but I was not ready for that. So we'll see what this road looks like, because we're gonna hit a dirt road up here that is not maintained by scrapers or anything. I've driven on it in my truck when it was covered in ice. So I'm really interested to see what the conditions are and how these very road biased tires do driving down it today. All right, boys, so this is kind of where asphalt ends. We're going to go to that Wiseman's View there, and then we're actually going to continue south. So asphalt ends, this is going to go dirt road the rest of the way down. I see the snow. I'm hoping, looks like the road conditions are going to be fine. So I'm really stoked to see what happens here. We're just gonna take it nice and easy. We're not gonna try to do anything crazy. We're not gonna try to go too fast. We're just gonna get out here, hit a nice clip, move down this road. You know, I was thinking about the Brown Mountain Overlook that I started recording on. I'd already been driving about an hour and 45 minutes just to get there from my home, and it was a very cold ride. It felt warmer there. There you can actually hike to Linville Falls from there. Oh, taking a screenshot instead of turning it off. So Linville Falls State Park's right over there. You can actually hike in from this road if you want to. There's some cool viewing points back there. But the big thing that we're doing here is we're going to drive past a couple really cool overlooks on this side of the gorge. Now I got to be careful because this is an incredibly popular road. You can see it's not asphalt, but it's very heavy packed gravel and clay, dirt. So it's not a rough road until it is, and there's washouts and ruts and whatnot, which I don't think the KLR is going to have any issues with today. Got a little more asphalt right here. Information cabin. I don't know if I want any information. I think I'm good with just carrying on. So this is the Linville Gorge Wilderness. Linville Gorge Wilderness is 11,000 acres, and it's just that, it's preserved to be a wilderness. It's for people to come out and hike, and it just stay in pristine condition the way it is, just allow it to be wild. It is very, very rugged when you get down into the canyon. There are some trails that are easier than others. Table Rock is not a hard trail, but you get into much more challenging trails out there, especially on this side. They're not long trails, but you'll lose a ton of elevation going out. Me and a buddy of mine, I can't remember the name of the trail exactly, but me and Brian, we did a trail. It was only 1 mile out and 1 mile back. But in that 1 mile out, you lost right at 1,000 feet of elevation. And that all happened in half a mile. So you can understand why a lot of people in this area end up having to get rescued from getting stuck out on the end of a trail. It's a really wild thing, but you know, people underestimate the wilderness. Oh, there's a rut. We're gonna go down a gear here since we're going uphill and going through some ruts. I'm really interested to see, I still have those very road biased tires on, the Shinko 705s. I'm really interested to see how they do on all this, and if they hold up today. I'm not gonna be upset at all if they do a great job. I'll be a little upset if they don't, because that'll strand me out here, but we don't want that to happen. I was a little smarter this time than I was last time, actually not wearing my extra layers on the way up here, so I was a little chilly at the start, but I was able to warm up pretty quickly as just being a little more active on the ride. I was able to warm up. The sun warmed me up really nicely as well. So even though the air temperature is still showing in the 30s here, it doesn't feel bad. It doesn't feel that cold. It's supposed to get up to 53 degrees today at noon. It's already 11 o'clock. So we'll see. We'll see if it gets nice and warm. It's going to be a great day for a ride. Super clear weather. Just blue skies, not a ton of wind. Couldn't have asked for a better day to come out and ride on this road. Tends to be really challenging about a road like this is not that it's hard packed and it slopes off both sides. It's that the ruts blend in with the shade. So you might come up to a place and these shadows from the trees, you won't see that there's a rut there, and you'll just run right into it. And I've driven my truck up here before, but I've seen people drive minivans and Honda Civics. Of course, you know, more Subarus than you can count. We're up here in definite Subaru country. You can have the debate down below in the comments on whether it's Subarus or Jeeps that matter most out here. I don't think it really matters either way, as long as you're having fun and enjoying yourself. Ooh, I think that bottomed out, that one. Let's stand for a little bit. Maybe we'll give my bike a little bit of a break. I'll wade out over the front. It's not overly technical by any means to ride up here. It's just easy going. You just don't push yourself, don't push the bike, and it's gonna be fine. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's very cool. You just come up this little ridge and all of a sudden you're there. I was not expecting that, but that's a cool view. All right, let's keep going. Downhill, what do you say? Let's go. Back into attack mode over here. Oh, a little bumpy. Probably need to do a little better job picking my lines. Not putting myself in the most rugged spot. I don't think I'm choosing the worst spots, but I don't think I'm choosing the best spots either. So, it says here, you know, leave a clean camp and a dead fire. I meant to bring that up while I was riding. You can actually disperse camp everywhere out here. Man, that's cool. We got to turn around and go check that out. What do you say? That's worth it. We're gonna go. We are gonna take our time. Lunch can wait. But you can disperse camp up here. So for instance, this spot right here, let's say you had a overlanding vehicle, or you know, you could sleep in the back of your car or something to level it up. You can sleep right there on the edge. No worries, nobody's gonna stop you. Yeah, that's very cool. I make sure we're making good decisions out here and we're not doing anything that's gonna get us hurt. Let's go. So a cool thing about Linville Gorge is there's actually the Brown Mountain Lights. And when we get up to Wiseman's, we'll talk a little bit more about that. But there's a bunch of discussion around this phenomenon where you can see lights floating over top of the treetops. And bunch of different claims on what it is. Whether it be a ghost light from somebody that was trying to get away on the Underground Railroad, slaves, somebody out looking for his slaves. Heard anywhere from it being UFOs and aliens. But what's crazy about it is there's actually been several universities that have come out to try to debunk it and try to figure out a rational reason, like what's the core reason behind the Brown Mountain Lights. They have not been able to discover what causes them. You know, they've thought maybe it's refractions from gas or clusters of lightning bugs or something like that, but it's not any of that. They don't know what it is. But you can talk to a lot of old timers, and it's been happening. It's a phenomenon that's been happening for a long time, and they would ride up here even all the way back in the 50s, 60s, 70s and check out the Brown Mountain Lights. And that's the other crazy thing, is they're actually pretty consistent. You can see them a lot. So when we get up here to Wiseman's, there's a lot of people that go there just to view the lights. And this is very potholy right here. I'm more concerned, I don't think there's gonna be any ice over here. The snow's dried up and there's nothing real crazy out here, so I'm more concerned about the potholes and the sharp rocks than I am anything at the moment. I don't want to get a pinch flat or, you know, have my weight come down on something crazy if I can help it. Great thing about living near here is this is just a remarkably beautiful part of the country. There is no doubt that sometimes us East Coast guys get jealous of the deserts and the huge mountains out west. We forget we get places like this within a day trip distance away. It's 100% worth it. Whether you hike it, whether you're just up here going to do a joyride like this. I need to talk Eric into bringing his Harley out here. That would have been a fun video. Let's chase him across the Linville Gorge. I don't think you'd do it. I think you could buy probably something like 5 of these KLRs for what he paid for that Harley, so a little bit more tied up in that, a little bit more value there. I don't know if he'd want to come in and beat it up. Fortunately, that's why we buy these adventure bikes, because that's exactly what they're here for. So here's that Wiseman's Overlook. We're gonna, wow, it's real ruddy. Okay, what am I gonna do here? Right here. Don't put myself in anything precarious. All right. Somebody's been running through here when it's probably a mud hole, having some fun. Too bad there's not mud in it right now, else that would have been some fun. Oh, speaking of fun, do we do it? Do we go up top or do we go through right here? All right, we're doing it. We're going through right here. Let's go, boys. Yeah. Simple things, mud holes. Man, there's a lot of people up here at the Wiseman's Overlook. A lot of people, like I said, talking about the Brown Mountain Lights. They'll come up here and they'll like stay the night just sitting in the chairs with binoculars and cameras, just trying to see if they can find the lights that supposedly hover over Table Rock. So, oh, there's still ice in that water. We're gonna park on the asphalt. Here's a map around Linville Gorge. This is the road we're going toward. This is Wiseman's View right here, where we're at currently. We're gonna walk down this very short walking trail down to a little overlook. And then what we'll do is we'll continue down this road all the way out, back down to Lake James. We're gonna do this side at some point in time. We're not gonna do that today, but I'm gonna wait till maybe a buddy wants to go do that with me, because there's great hiking on that side. But over here, we're gonna go straight down here and then end up back over in Morganton for lunch. It is already 11:17, so we're gonna have to push it a little bit. Very mundane walking trail. They've even put asphalt on it to make it handicap accessible, which is very cool because the view is nice. It's nice that they make it available for everybody to use. All right, so here is the view of Linville Gorge. Couldn't ask for a better day out here, really. Man, so that's headed back down towards Lake James. There's the Linville River down there. And then all the way up at the top over there is Linville Falls. So you've got Ginger Cake Mountain, Hawksbill Mountain, Table Rock, very famous little area right there. The chimneys are over here, and all the way down at the end there is Short Off Mountain. All really good hikes. There's actually a set of trails that connects all of them. You can get, there's a shuttle service that stops all the way down on Short Off the Wolf Pit. They'll pick you up there, run you all the way up here to Ginger Cake, and you hike that ridge line all the way down and across. So it's a pretty cool little hike, lots of fun. Last time I was on Table Rock, a guy actually fell off of Hawksbill. It was wild because when I was on my way up, there was all sorts of ambulances and fire trucks, and I think they ended up having to fly him out of there, but I was just going up to hike Table Rock and he had fallen off over there. It's a pretty wild view, very cool spot. This spot here is what I was talking about, is a favorite spot of people to come sit. They'll put 2 little chairs there, they'll set up a little stove to cook some food on, but what they're looking for is supposedly lights come off the top of Table Rock there, and they'll move around. Personally, I think it's just people with headlamps moving around up there, because you can camp on top of Table Rock at any given time. You can also camp on top of Hawksbill. This is all dispersed camping area, so if you find a spot, you're able to camp there. And but you know, let people have their fun. I'm not gonna hate on it. All right, boys, so that was Wiseman's View. Looks like we're gonna have to give the KLR a bath when we get home, which is a great problem to have, right? That's why we buy adventure bikes, so we can get them dirty. But these 2 guys were down there taking pictures, and they said they put some on Facebook, on the Linville Gorge Facebook group. But they had some super nice camera rigs and seemed like they were really putting in the work to get some good angles. So their shots are probably going to be better than mine, but that's what they're there for. All right, we're going to get out here and we're going to continue on down the road. Hopefully make it the rest of the way off the dirt. Go get some lunch. It's already 11:38. You know what I just noticed? I can see that clock. It means my phone's not there. So we're back. Let's see if this battery will hold up through the rest of this ride. Gotta have some fun. That mud hole back up here on the way out. We'll go through the big side this time, just for kicks. Okay, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. That was more fun than it should have been. Now we're gonna get back out here, headed south on this road. If I can get up this right here. There we go. All right. Yep, that was Wiseman's View. We are back on the road, headed south. If I remember correctly, there's actually a ridge up here where you go over kind of a high part of this rim, and you literally, when you go over it, you can't see it. So steep you can't see the other side, so you just kind of are going up into space and then you just tip over and go back down the other side. It's a real wild feeling when you're in a truck or a car. I don't know if it's going to have the same effect when you're in a motorcycle or when it's on a GoPro, because you know these have a way of just flattening everything out. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it does make some things look less epic. This road's not very wide, but it's pretty manageable. You just gotta pay attention to things like this, just where there's a bunch of ruts or something trying to take you out in the last second. There's some other little camp spots. Man, that's cool. A little fire ring with a table rock in the background. That'd be an epic spot to camp. Oh, this is a steep spot. And it's muddy. Okay, that's good. Muddy and steep. That's what I like to see. Try not to use too much in the way of brake because I don't want to slide. Well, I'm kind of glad I didn't come up this side. Some things, you know, put them in perspective from riding in a four-wheeled vehicle to riding in a motorcycle. This is a much different experience. There's Table Rock up there. It's just beautiful out here, though. I really, super nice out here in the spring because there's a bunch of wildflowers. There's actually a little field that just has, man, I wish I could tell you exactly what kind of flower it is. If I can look it up, I'll denote it here on the screen. But there's a field that just has wildflowers in it, only for a couple weeks in the year. There in the bottom of the valley, near the river, and people come down and take a ton of pictures. It's very popular for family pictures, senior pictures, you know, all the things that make you look outdoorsy and like you care. Hashtag nature soothes the soul over here. Okay, we're out of that. Good deal. Back up here. This is definitely a little looser, a little more rattly. Definitely, again, making sure nothing comes loose. I checked a lot after our last ride we did together, and nothing crazy came loose, which was nice. So we were doing something right. Might not be a whole lot right, but we're doing something. Now, if I remember correctly, as this gets out of the wilderness, you actually end up in kind of a residential area. I don't know how far away that is though. I've only ever driven this road once or twice coming from this other end. You know, it's great. I love whenever I get to see guys that are quite a bit older than I am out enjoying a hobby. Makes me think, you know, hey, you don't have to get old and become decrepit and not go do anything. You just keep getting out and going on adventures. So those guys inspire me, give me hope. Maybe I won't turn into an old grumpy man that just stays in my house all the time. I mean, I'll probably still be grumpy, but at least I won't be in my house. I'm gonna terrorize other people. This road's actually turned into a pretty nice little road all of a sudden. Just some random potholes. Very narrow though. It's also very narrow, steep hill on the side, steep hill on the other side. It's definitely different feel to it at the moment than the first bit headed to Wiseman's was. There we go. Nice thing about being in a motorcycle is you really pick your lines. You don't have to go over all the bumps. I say that as I run over a bunch of bumps. That's irony for you. Little KLR, man, that's a cool view. With the leaves off, it's just views, views, more views. It doesn't ever get old for me, at least. I mean, I guess at some point, if you did this a whole lot, it would become mundane. You just get used to it, right? So, we've been riding for a while now, which means you're paying attention. So that means you need to do 3 things for me. You need to like this video, go ahead and subscribe. Right now, only about 2% of people that watch a video actually subscribe. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. The other thing I want you to do is comment down below. Let me know good places to go. Like if you know a place in North Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, I'm looking to do maybe a couple multiple day rides at some point. Let me know what's cool out there because I'd love to go check them out. I am all for something new. Afraid the GoPro is just going to flatten this way out and you're not going to see how steep it is or how big those bumps are, but made it. That's all that matters. Man, that's a cool view. Another little camping spot there. That one doesn't have the views, but this one got a lot more space. If you were worried about having enough space to have maybe multiple vehicles or more than just one tent popped up. The forestry guy out here, I don't know what he's doing. I can see where they've chopped up some trees every once in a while. And you can see that they've been keeping this road clear, which is awesome because it allows use for us. This has been a really fun road so far, guys. I would suggest if you're ever in there, even if you're just gonna ride a vehicle up it like a regular 4-wheel drive, or I don't even know if you would need 4-wheel drive on this. I don't think that'd even be necessary unless there was ice and snow on it, really muddy. But this is a super nice road. It's been a lot of fun, great views. It is well worth the ride. And we're almost on the top, I think, at this point. There's another little camping spot. Oh yeah, all right, this is the spot we're gonna stop and take some pictures because that's really cool. That is super cool. Can't be overstated how cool that is right now. So let's see here. Admiring everything because we gotta get back and go get some lunch, man. So we're headed off the mountain. Hopefully gonna be getting out of there soon. I went ahead and it has warmed up drastically as that sun has gotten higher in the sky. And I went ahead and Swapped over my summertime gloves and opened up my pit vents on my jacket, let me get some little airflow going in my underarm so I don't smell like an absolute monster. We're gonna continue this ride though. Here's that hill. Oh yeah, that's equally as unnerving in a motorcycle as it is on a truck. I should say. They even give you a little asphalt here because it's such a pickle. Ooh, this is muddy. Okay, nice and easy. Slow and steady wins the race. Right. Is that how it works? Or is it abandon all hope, all ye who enter here? Which is it? Okay. There we go. It was real slimy there for some reason. Don't know why it would be that way, but it is. Tried to look up Google Maps and a way to get to where we're going to go to eat, and it wanted me to go all the way back up and around the way we came in. So I don't know if Google Maps knows something that I don't know, or if it's just like, nah, you don't need to go this way, or it legitimately thinks this way is that much longer to get there. If it is, it's going to be a very late lunch, or we'll just find somewhere else to eat, and that's okay too. Not like I'm a picky eater. Alright. Up here is just super flat. You're up on top of the spine. It's wild. This has been a super cool ride so far. Nice and flat. You get a little more comfortable getting some speed up here because they're just nice sloping turns. It's nothing crazy. As long as you don't do anything foolish, it's gonna be okay. Well, looks like we're going downhill now, coming off the mountain. I imagine, I forget where it's at, but I imagine we'll end up running into tarmac before too long. Alright, so here we are coming up to the end. So that's the total ride of the Linville Gorge there on the west side. You drop right out into a little residential area where, you know, people are just living their normal lives. Burrito time. All right, boys, so we just ended our time at Mountain Burrito, which was delicious. Got the chicken and chorizo burrito with pineapple salsa. Here's the thing, this place is closed. They're closed Monday and Tuesday, and they're only open from 11 to 7 on the other days that they're open, but they're busy the whole time they're open, which is awesome. Good for them. Love to see when a small business does really well. So we are gonna head out of here and start to head back towards the house. Guys, thanks so much for watching today. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Make sure you've subscribed, make sure you like the video, share it with somebody. Maybe somebody else would like it too. Hope you guys all have a good rest of the day. Enjoy.